In this video, we're going to compare a Matchless NAM profile to a Headrush model. So let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Doctor McFarland, healing people with sweet rock and roll, and also getting surgical with audio. So thanks for showing up and checking out the video. I do have the Headrush core right here in front of me, and this thing is a beast. It has drums, it has loopers, it has all the effects you'd ever want, all the amps you'd ever want, and now you have access to probably millions of Tone 3000 NAM profiles at this point. So the world is a great place, right? So I was searching around on the Tone 3000, and it says, Dr. McFarland, welcome back. You're welcome, I'm here. So we click on the Tone 3000, and the first profile that I see is a Matchless Brave 2x12 by Tone Junkie. So thank you, Jonathan, for making this available for us to check out. And what you do, in case you don't know, is you tap on the amp that you want, you scroll down to look at the description, and then you can demo each model or whatever they have available. And this is the low channel right here. Okay, sounds good. And here's the high channel on the bridge pickup. And that's a lot louder. So we'll dial those volumes in a little bit later. But for now, you can tap on the down arrow to download it, which I've already done. So let's back out of this thing. Go to our rig, and here is our NAM profile. To get to there, you just click on a block and click on clone, and then neural amp modeler, and then you can just load it on in. So right now, you do not need a cab or an IR in your rig because the NAM profile is actually a full rig, not just a direct input type setup. So what we can do now is make sure we double tap. It does say match Brave low. And we have input, output, gate, which is very convenient if you're using high gain profiles. And then we have a basic EQ. You can turn normalize on and off. And then you can also put it in light mode if you would like to do that. But for right now, this is what we got. Okay, and that sounds really good. So now let's go and add a Headrush model of the same Matchless. And this is the MS30. And a lot of people swear by this amp. It does sound really good. So this is the stock sound of the MS30 on a Kiesel Delos. Okay, now you let me know what is wrong with that sound right now. Just think about it for a second, and I'll give you a little time to figure it out. Okay, time's up. So we do not have a cab after this amp, and therefore you're getting that swarm of bees sound, which we don't like. So we'll add an IR, and I actually like the matched cabs, and going down to the 25 on 1 tight. Okay, right there. We'll click load, and then we'll play it again. Okay, now let's go ahead and set up two scenes real fast. We'll just use this one as a scene and then this one as a scene. So scene 1 is going to be the amp neural modeler on, the Headrush amp off, and then the IR can stay the same. Then we'll go back and edit the other scene. This one's going to be off. This one's going to be on. And then we'll make sure we label these correctly. So we got NAM, and we have HR for Headrush. And there we go. So now hitting the NAM scene, this is what we got. Okay, now, same mistake as before, but now it's in the opposite direction. We need to turn off this IR on the NAM scene. So we're going to make sure that's off, and then make sure we go in here and turn that one on. So that way we get the correct cab relationship within the rig. So here we go. NAM one more time. Okay, very good. And then going to the Headrush, the IR does turn on for this one. So here we go. Okay, now the first thing that I notice is the Headrush is automatically brighter, which is not a bad thing. It just means that this low profile was already mic'd and EQ'd in such a way to where it just had a smoother sound, which is perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and adjust this real fast. So let's bring the cut up. Let's see what that does. Already sounds a lot better. So let's go back to the NAM. Headrush. NAM again. Okay, NAM just right now is just overall darker, which is perfectly fine. Let's see if we can actually brighten it up by using the EQ here. So we're going to take the treble and turn it up a little bit. Back to Headrush. Maybe we'll turn down the treble on the NAM a little bit more. Go back to the NAM. Back to Headrush. So really at this point, I mean, they both sound good in their own right. To really say one is better than the other is really just, I mean, you're splitting hairs, I think. I mean, you could say that maybe at higher volumes, the NAM profile just might sit better overall. It's not as piercing to your ears. But that doesn't mean that you can't dial in the EQ a little bit better on the Headrush model and get the same thing. So let's do... So now let's go ahead and add a reverb in here. This is to wet things up a little bit. And we're going to use the medium plate because it sounds so good. And we'll turn down the mix a little bit. Okay, back to NAM. Turn the mix down a little bit more on that reverb. So what I'm hearing now is the low end on the amp, on the Headrush model, is not as prominent. So let's turn up the bass. This is really an excellent example of what you can do in a studio and how microphone positioning can really change a lot, okay? So with that said, let's actually go back to our IR. And I mean, we're doing a whole lot here. Let's lower the high cut a little bit to knock off some of that high end. We can't really raise the bass on it because it's an IR and it's already baked in. But if we were using one of the cab models, we can just change the microphone and do something like that. So let's actually try that. Let's try that real fast. So this is a good lesson in just audio engineering. And if you don't get the right sound that you want, then just try something else. So let's try a Ribbon 121. This is on axis. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's go check our I want that one off. And then on this one, I want it on. All right, so back to NAM. Let's really listen to the NAM, and then we'll compare it to the Headrush. Back to NAM. Okay, it's still not as bright sounding on the NAM profile. So we can maybe turn up the bass here. Definitely raise the cut and then lower the treble a little bit on the Headrush model. See if we can smooth it out a little bit more. Headrush. NAM. Headrush. NAM. Okay, so I think I got really close right there. You do have to tweak the Headrush model a little bit more, but that's the beauty of comparing one thing to another and then learning what you do like and you don't like about certain profiles, certain models. And this would happen regardless if you were using a ToneMaster Pro or a Fractal or a Quad Cortex or literally anything else, okay? Kemper profiles do the same thing. And if you never get something else to compare to, you're just not going to know the difference. So this is a good experiment right here. Let's actually add in an overdrive. And we will do a good old glorious drive. This is pretty good. So this is more of like a high gain Marshall-y Morning Glory by JHS type sound. All right, so here's the Headrush. Okay, great. I have definitely learned a whole lot in this video. There's really nothing wrong with the Headrush model, but the NAM profile does provide a smoother experience overall, I think. Now, one downfall to the NAM so far that I'm learning is, the input meter or the input dB just doesn't do a whole lot for the overall gain. Let's go ahead and crank up the input here by 20 and turn the output down. See what happens. Okay, that works pretty good. Not as well as Kemper. The Kemper profiler does gain stage, and the whole morph thing between low and high gain settings is just really good. NAM is not there so far from what I can tell. But now let's do a little different experiment. Let's actually go to our model and let's change to the high input. And this is going to be more of like your Marshall-y type sound. And then we'll go to the Headrush model and we will adjust the gain accordingly. So let's try the NAM out first on the high channel setting. All right, so far already, the output is way too loud. So let's bring that down. Do you love that riff already? I know you do. Going to the Headrush model, let's crank up the gain. Okay, now the low end is a little too woofy, so let's bring down the bass. Bring down the bass, bring down the cut. Back to NAM. Headrush. Okay, there you go, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'm sure you're all gonna say, well, the NAMM is clearly the winner here. I mean, it sounded so good, and it does. But I really am just leery about the input, output, and the EQ. You're not getting the real deal like you would on a fractal model, for instance. So far, I do think that the Kemper stage definitely has a leg up on all the options that they have to sculpt and define your amp profile right there in the Kemper stage. And yeah, I mean, it's early stages for me with the whole NAMM thing. But overall, I think I would be pretty happy just, just going in, choosing something clean-ish, and then just adding in pedals and letting it be whatever it is going to be. So that's pretty much it for me today. So I do have affiliate links in the description if you want to help support the channel and go shopping on Zounds, Sweetwater, or Amazon. Not necessarily in that order, but in that order. And once again, I do have a huge sale on my website, 60% off. Get everything on the site for just one-time fee and lifetime access. If you want to learn about music theory, get backing tracks, and get the full brunt of my Headrush content, then you can go and check that out. And thanks, guys, for watching. I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.